everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Carol with Free Spirit Arts. And this is video, I believe it's 5. I have a cheat sheet here. Let me look. Gosh, has it been 5 already? Wow. Yep, video 5 of the Edith Holden collab that Tammy Van Antwerp and I are hosting, but other channels are participating vigorously, like Angela over at Dogwood Paper Arts and Shannon from Mixed Media, Minnesota. So it's been fun. And Dahlia from Mandalee Cards and More. I like to light a candle at the beginning of my video just to, there's something about an open flame that it takes your attention. So I like to light a candle to just say, I'm switching gears and this is my creative time. So I light that candle to set the intention. Okay, let's see. I can see my camera's a little skewed. Let's see if I can fix it. How's that? I hope that's better. Okay, so here's our little book. This is, it's actually a family heirloom of my husband's family, but he said go for it, so I'm tearing it up. I mean, what's anybody else going to do with it? This book's going to be beautiful. I think it's a great way to honor it. I've gotten this far, and I think it's time to go to the back. It's an altered book, so instead of creating a book with signatures and everything, I'm using this, and then I have the pages already in it. I think we need to rethink this plan here. I think I'm caught up on videos. I think Angela's book is just gorgeous. She is really working hard to create something really special. And it is something else. Tammy, the little overachiever girl. So she did a waterfall journal. It was beautiful, is beautiful. And now she's doing a second journal, and she's going grunge. Girl after my own heart. Do it, do it, do it. I watched it this morning. I didn't get to watch it till the end. So I have to go back, but I'm trying to comment every time I go in and make sure that I don't just click on, click off. Sometimes I have to do that. I know that's not good for the channels when you do that. So I try. If there's something I need to do, then I usually just leave it running. But this morning I had to use my iPad, so I had to click out of some of the videos I was watching. Oh, that'll be cool. Let's do that. Yeah, so this has sure been fun. It's been a nice collaboration. Tammy's so fun. Tammy's a real free spirit. I love that. And I'm really excited that I'm getting to actually use my Edith Holden as, dedicated into a project. I've taken pages out and used them for this or that, and that's fun, but it's really nice to have an Edith Holden project where, it's all about celebrating Edith Holden. And she was quite the lady. So I have a pocket here, and I think I know what's going to go in there. And then this could hold a pen or even, you know, bookmarker or journaling space. I think I might like to do something right here. I did grab some paper. I got no idea where this is, or if it has anything to do with where Edith Holden was, but I think it might work. I should have tucked this under before I pinned that down. That would have been so easy, but I didn't, so we're cheating. I think that'll get me started. Angela's probably just cringing. Sorry, girl. You could have measured it and done so much better. But I'm not gonna. So I have been watching videos. What have I watched? I watched some Christmas card making. Yeah, I really should have waited. That is really unfortunate that that's going to get covered up because I like it. What do you think the chances are? Since I made that with this, do you think that there's a possibility that I could cut this off and it would match? Yeah. I win. I'm not going to make it a pocket or anything. And this is why you have to tear out pages, because look, I've folded it over, so that's double thickness, and then I'm going to add this, so that's triple thickness, and then I'm going to put something underneath that triangle, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of added paper. So that's about 4 or 5 pieces of paper, depending on what I slide in here. I loved Shannon's project for several reasons, but one, she was doing an altered book. I don't like the way that's laying, so I'm going to try to adjust it a little bit. And I know you're going to see it, but you're going to probably see the paper, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, she was making an altered book, and she was using the Edith Holden book to make the altered book. And it didn't work. It didn't work out the way she had it done. So she took it all apart. It was pretty great, actually. The save was better than the original idea as far as I was concerned. It's awesome. I love it when that happens, too. I like that. That's very subtle. Not sure where this is. It says Northwestern Province. My eyes are too bad to even guess, so I'm not going to. My husband has been sick. So we've been doing a lot of running here, running there, doctors and urgent care and things like that. He's fine now. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he's on the mend. Now, my problem is I can't keep him down. So frustrating. Nah, I don't want that to be a tuck. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so the word for video 5, you ready? Is coffee. C-O-F-F-E-E, coffee. So put the word coffee in the comments. There's a reason you're going to want to do that. Where did I put glue? Yeah, okay. So what do we want right here? I picked this. I had made these. I think these are going to make nice little journal cards. So we'll cut those out at some point down the road. I don't think I want 2 maps, but that's beautiful. And we can put some ephemera on there, right? So let's mark them. Angela did a wonderful brief video. It's not a short, you know, like a 60-second thing, on the chompers. I didn't realize they had 3 chompers. Am I the only one? Kind of wish I didn't know it, because now I keep thinking, oh, maybe you better go have one of those. But she demonstrated some cool stuff that you can do with them, which makes me want it even more. Thanks a lot, Angela. I'm on a no-buy. I don't know if I'm on a no-buy, guys. I'm trying. Oh, I cut that off. I do that all the time. I mark it, and then I cut that off. So let's use the one you cut off. And it's right there. And yeah, it was kind of funny. What? Wait, what? Is this the one I'm supposed to have? Oh, I did do it right. Oh, gosh, I'll be glad when my brain is functioning on a full level. Gee, Merry Christmas, guys. It was kind of comical. My husband has allergies, and he's had this nagging cough all summer. And it comes and goes, and it's no big deal. But about, I don't know, 4 days ago or so, I was listening to him cough from the other side of the room, and it sounded to me like maybe it might be turning into something. So I told him that. I said, hey, your cough is not, we need to watch that. I said, how do you feel? He's like, I feel fine, which is always his answer. I think I'll be able to put a thumb hole in that after. But do I want to notch this? I say no, and I'm not going to ink it either. So, but I was concerned, and I'm like, oh, great. So, sure enough, about 2 o'clock, he looked kind of flushed. I said, how you feeling? I'm okay, I guess. Which is husband speak for, I don't think I feel very good, but I'm not sure. So I said, let's go take your temperatures. Took his temperature, 98.9. See, I'm fine. I said, actually, no, you've got it. You're coming on with a low-grade fever. No, I'm not. Okay. Hour later, his cheeks are flushed. I said, let's go take your temperature. I don't need to. I don't have a temperature. Yeah, well, let's go. Prove it. Prove it, dude. Take his temperature, 100.8. Okay. He goes, well, I really don't feel very good. I'm kind of weak. I feel really weak. I'm like, great. Well, by now he's coughing, really coughing. This dry cough. Says he doesn't feel good. He's going to go sit in his chair. I'm like, dude, you got COVID. I just thought, oh my gosh, you know. Said his neck hurt. I'm like, yeah, I bet you've got COVID. So we test him. It's negative, which really doesn't mean anything because maybe he doesn't have the antibodies yet or the antigen yet. So I said, you know, you could have COVID, so we need to quarantine you. So we set up the guest bedroom again. And I love that. It's very subtle. I can't wait to get some flowers or something on it. These are going to be beautiful pages. Okay, let's not mess with that. So that night, he really did not feel good. And we set him up in the guest bedroom, and I sterilized everything in the house I could think of. And he had his own bathroom and everything, so I felt like, okay, I'm going to be okay, and I can still help him. And so I really wanted to use some of this, but I think instead of a whole page, I'm going to use it for like clusters and stuff, I think, maybe, huh? Oh, I didn't realize this was the same pattern. It is too, so let's switch it up. Okay, so we have this tuck for something and a tuck here, and then writing space. Why do we have two? Okay, that's why. I'm getting kind of tired of those. What am I going to do? Something different. I could put this over here, and maybe a pocket. Maybe let's do a pocket. So, yeah, he was sick, and I called around, and there's an urgent care. Well, that's a whole other story. A supposed urgent care. It was listed as an urgent care, and just like 2 minutes from me. So I said, in the morning, let's just take you in. They can test you for the flu and test you again for COVID, and we'll know, what's going on. And he agreed. So we get up, get ready, get him ready. He doesn't feel good. He's coughing. His belly hurts. And I'm like, oh, we're dealing with something here, folks. And he doesn't have an appendix, so I ruled that out early. But I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? There's something wrong with you. My husband never gets sick. He has the immune system of a shark. Okay, Angela, just to make you happy, I'm going to measure this. No, I'm going to measure it right. So we get to urgent care, and it's not urgent care. It's a doctor's office. Okay, so I don't think my paper will fit down there. And it's 4 3/4, so I'm going to go 1 tick. Angela, is this right? Teach me how to read a ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 marks, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 5/8. Is that right? Help a girl out. Okay, so 5/8. It is kind of fun. I can see how you like measuring because there's only one answer. It's, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5. It's like a puzzle. I get it. But it's still not my gig because I don't know how to read a ruler. Even though my husband has tried to teach me several times. So anyway, we go to this urgent care that's not an urgent care. And the gals that are providing the care, I don't know, guys. They look like they just got out of high school. Which I realize, some young people are very smart, and I don't have a problem with that. I've had excellent, excellent care with PAs and nurse practitioners. So, honestly, I don't mind mid-level care at all. But this clinic, where's my mark? Really didn't have any people there that were experienced enough, I don't think, for what was going on with him. So we ended up, they did nothing for his cough except to tell us to call if it got worse. I said, we're here because it got worse. Well, but I don't really hear anything. I said, I can hear him wheezing from across the room. Well, I don't know that no, girl. Yeah, okay. So, they ran labs and said his white count was fine, and what in the hell was I doing? I was going to do a pocket, right? God, hell if I know. I can't talk and make a square rectangle at the same time. Clearly, I can't. Let's try it. Let's just try it. I mean, what could happen? Carol, shut up and cut paper. So anyway, 2 hours. She calls it a script. The prescription was hilarious because I asked her what she was going to call in, just to be sure that it wasn't something he was allergic to or something. And I said, there was a time when he had this same kind of problem and he had a reaction. And she said, well, what was it? And I said, I can't remember, but I'm going to look through my records and call my daughter and find out. And she said, okay, well, let me know. So we get to the pharmacy. What she called in is what he cannot take. So I had told the pharmacist not to fill it, and I called them, and they said they'd call me back. Anyway, the long story short of it is 4.5 hours. He's exhausted. We have a prescription. He feels terrible. He's got nothing for his cough, and he's running a temp. So I'm scrambling to make sure, see what I have at home to treat his cough, because I'm sure he's got pneumonia. Walking pneumonia. He's had it before. I'm sure that's what he has, and that's what he says he has too. And we're frustrated. So I'm still not sure that he doesn't have COVID also. Wonder if I could put something here just to put, maybe we'll do that with the ephemera. Okay, so then we could do this. We could put paper under here and leave this as writing space. Let's do that. That'd be fun. So anyway, now he's home, he's tucked in, he's got everything. I've given him a nebulizer treatment, and you know, life is okay. I'm not as worried about him. He's got antibiotics on board. They haven't kicked in yet, but I know they're going to, and I'm watching him close. All the while, mind you, I don't feel good. Because I feel the same way I've felt for weeks. I feel like crap. I like these two colors together, so let's do that. So I'm teasing him. You need to get better. This is not going to go on for days. I am used to being in bed by now, so I don't know what you're pulling off here, but, buddy, you cannot get sick. I am not well enough for you to get sick. I have everything to make chicken noodle soup. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. So I don't even remember what he ate. Cream of wheat. I know, bad wife. I know. Yeah, it's tough around here, folks. So, the comical part, which is why I started this whole story, was when I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I need to make him some chicken noodle soup, or at least make him some cough syrup. I normally try to, you know, whip up some honey and cayenne and a little brandy or whiskey or something and break up his cough, but I didn't have any alcohol. And the medicine that they put him on, they said no alcohol in the end. I was going to make that, and then they said no alcohol. So not even a little. No NyQuil, nothing like that. So I'm like, But anyway, I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, okay, well, if he's got COVID, it was like Superman being called to duty, like, dun, 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 this is what you've been training for. You know, we've never had COVID, you know, but supposedly I've been prepared for it, you know. And I'm like, okay, get out the nebulizer. Get out the COVID tests. Do you have enough Tylenol? What about this? I felt like COVID man, you know, like, you've been training for this. You can handle it. Yeah. Then I'm like, well, yeah, but he really doesn't have COVID, so I don't even know if this really applies. Anyway, I chuckled to myself. It was hilarious. I was there just ready to fight COVID tooth and nail and prepare for the worst and make sure it didn't go to his lungs and, you know, make sure that I had everything. And turns out I don't. A lot of the stuff that I have is expired by 3 years. My daughter was appalled when I went through my cabinets with her. She's like, Mom, you can't take that. It's 2017. I'm like, I must have got that out of the trailer right before we sold it. Sorry. She goes, Mom, your stuff has to be current. You can't take expired meds. I know that. So, y'all, if you have a bathroom cupboard full of meds and you think you're well stocked, yeah, I guess again, if you're like me, you think you've got Tylenol for days, but you do not want to take expired Tylenol or expired anything, really. Yeah, I thought I was... So I can put some trim right here. I don't think I'll nail that down right now because Maybe I want to put an eyelet there and put a little jewel there. I guess I could do that now. It won't hurt anything. Let's do it. Let's just put a little eyelet there. Do I have pink? I don't think I, maybe. I have purple. It doesn't look too bad. Let's try that. Maybe I'll just, the ephemera can have a little purple tinge to it, maybe, huh? Yeah, pretty funny. I was sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I had this like call to duty. Oh my gosh, he's got COVID. This is what you've been worried about. This is what you've been watching out for. You need to be prepared. You need to do all the things. What are the things? Well, I was going to make soup and I'm going to quarantine and I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of masks and and my other brain would say, now you're not sure he's even got COVID. His test was negative. And really, do you need to go through all that? And are you really going to make him chicken noodle soup? Hell no, I'm not. It's not happening today, that's for sure. Now this is going to wiggle a little bit, so I want to make sure before I get ready to punch that I've got it where it needs to be. That's not going to work. Okay. That is not enough room to hold this. That'll never work. So let's get another circle here. And shoot. Well, no, I want one on both sides. I think that's the Bible, but I don't care. Do you guys do that? I know lots of you have had COVID. So did you have this moment of, okay, we've trained for this. I've read the CDC guidelines. I know what to do. I was talking to somebody the other day that said California is getting the flu. It's hit the coast, so it'll be our way soon. We're going to go get vaccinated as soon as he gets rid of the cough. We're not going to vaccinate him until then. And we always get the flu, so the flu vaccine, so we'll do that too. Okay, that's gonna have to dry for a minute because it's just soggy. So I'm gonna have to move on for a second, but maybe we could get the bullpen ready. Silver and that pink would be really pretty together, I think. What's this I'm saving? Some kind of a little metal tag that I thought was cool. Oh, there was a charm. Let's look at the charms. Anything Victorian looking. We have Egyptian. Oh, there's a key. How about the key? Keys are cool. Or we could put her initials on here somewhere. Ooh, that might be cool for the cover. So the project for this Edith Holden collab is supposed to be 10 videos. And on the 10th video, I, like Tammy, am going to do the flip through of my project and the giveaway. I'm going to be doing some giveaways in between as well. Oh, that looks nice. I like it. I'm deliberately not going to put the writing correctly because it's German. I don't know what it says, but I don't, if someone speaks German or catches a word that's something, I don't know. This way it'll just be kind of visual noise and not anything that you actually have to read. I like that. I think that's going to fit great. I like that it lifts up, and I'll put a little card in there. Still have journaling space here. And we've introduced a new color. Love that. Okay, what time do we have? My gosh, is it already 30 minutes? Yikes. I may need to work on this outside of the videos, guys, so that I don't drag over. The 10. I'm gonna just put something here. I'm gonna put the eyelet there, but that looks too much like a baseball. I love the black, but for some reason it looks like a baseball to me. And I still want to do the box to put the book in, so I can see that going a couple videos at least. Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice, nice, okay. I believe that now. Will this go through? Oh, please, please, please. Yeah, my husband is rolling his eyes at me because today he feels better, but he still does not feel great. And I have an appointment, plus we have some errands to run. That's going to be wonderful. And I want to go out to this farm and pick up some vegetables I ordered. Well, that was a lot of work, but it's cute. I like it. Nice and smooth on that side. Let's see what our bullpen looks like. I'm not sure if I picked the right charm. And he just keeps looking at me. I don't have the energy to even do anything. And he's like, and we're picking up corn? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna roast it. I'm gonna make Santa Fe chicken. When are you gonna do that? I don't know. Did I tear that? What happened here? Yeah, I like that. It's simple and nice. Okay. So we're going to need some ephemera there, or color of some sort. And what have we got here? Boy, it sure seems like I've got a lot of writing space. What was I thinking? I wonder if this was supposed to be... It's a lot of pages. What did I do? I'll have to go back and watch the video. What the heck? Oh, these are the ones I didn't fold because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them. Yeah, I remember. Okay. So, writing space. And... What if we make this a big pocket? Let's try that. Let's put something on here to reinforce it, though. This paper is so thin. I don't want to use anything that I can use for something else. This is beautiful. Let's do this. Not even close to being straight. Not even close. Do I carry? I think I do because it looks terrible. So let's... Oh my gosh. Why is that? Why? Okay, that's better. So, I'm going to make this into a full-size pocket. So I'll glue them together, and then I'll put the trim on the edge, and then I'll punch the hole. We had a whole night of rain the other night. It was wonderful. It just rained and rained and rained and rained. Real big drops soaked the ground. It was wonderful. We had to take a drive to Utah yesterday, about an hour and 45 minutes away from us. And Oh, the landscape is just gorgeous. All the sagebrush was bright yellows and greens and golds, and the cedars were shiny, and should have scored this. Would have been a lot easier. Just now thought of it, so that's unfortunate. Wait a minute. No, that won't work like that. Oh, jeez. I'll be glad when I get my brain back. I hope I get my brain back. I've just assumed that would happen, but I guess there's a possibility that that may not happen. That would sure be bad. Okay, that's great. Do I want one over here? Might as well, since I have this little dab. Little dab will do ya. Who said that? A little dab will do ya. Oh, everybody will get that. I think we all, if you're over 50, you know what that is. I am going to do a giveaway. I'm going to grab one of the 5 videos that I've done, and I'll either use the comment picker or I'll use the thumbs up. I want to see, there's different contest wheels out there that you can use with YouTube. So if you want to be in the, have a chance to win a little something from me, it's not going to be super fantastic. It'll be ephemera or something I can fit in an envelope would be great. So I'll try to make it fun, of course. So if you'd like to be included in that, then make sure you thumbs up and comment. Just in case. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure which comment picker I'll use. Okay, and then we have a writing page. What about a belly band? That would be fun. Kind of getting burnt out on those same color patterns. So let's look at this. This is your last reminder. Write the word that I told you in your comments. Oh, what about, oh, have I used that? I don't think I have. That is amazing. Let's use that. And the other channels are doing giveaways too. So make positive sure that you go over there. This paper is so thin. I think I want to cut something off of here and then put paper on that, because I'm afraid as you use it, it will tear. Let's cut it a little shorter. Actually, let's cut it quite a bit shorter. And a little lower. And we'll cut this one too while we're at it. About right there. Still not too late. Today's the 15th of September. If you have anything Edith Holden and you want to play and you just bumped into this and like, oh no, no, do it. Come, play. Make a ephemera. Make an altered book. It's really fast. Look how fast this is coming together. I'm loving everybody's ephemera. It's beautiful. Everybody. Dahlia, yours is gorgeous. Dahlia's doing some other stuff on her channel that's fabulous. Okay, so we have that pocket. Then we have writing space. And then I'm thinking we need to leave that maybe and go up here because I don't know about that being bumpy. Look how crooked that is. Darn it. I really like that rough edge. Well, Nancy, I think I might have to sew this. I don't know any other way of making it not look silly. It'll only take a second, so bear with me, guys. Robin, I adjusted the tension. I've got it a little tiny bit past 4. It was between 4 and 3. So I think you're right. I think it was the tension. I never know what to put it on. I just leave it until something happens and then I try to change it. First I go up, then I go back because I don't know what does what. I did see there's a gal that does a sewing thing on this Brother machine, and she really cuts it down and makes it simple. Whoops. Makes it simple to understand. And she actually does have one on tension. I think I watched part of it, but whoops. It didn't stick, so I'd have to go back and watch it again. So maybe we'll do it like right here. Let's put the little, let's cut that off. Normally I leave that stuff, but just tidy it up a little bit. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because this handmade paper is so porous that it soaks up everything. Christina, I'm watching you. And Shirley, thank you for all your sweet comments. Diane, thank you to you as well. And Sherry, of course. I always wait to see what you have to say. I love your contributions. we'll be able to put something really pretty on there. See how fast it's, I mean, we don't have them decorated, but we have the foundation down and we're clear to, I love this. This might be my favorite page so far. So we have just this little bit. It's going to go so fast. But we're running out of time. Darn. Okay, so I'm going to cut this video. This was video 5. You have your word. And then I also am going to pull one of the videos. This one, any of them, 1 through 5. I'm going to pull and do a little giveaway. So make sure you thumbs up and comment. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support for the channel. I'm having a ball. I love this. It's fun. Meeting all these people and doing collabs, and it's funny that Tammy said the same thing on her video, and I was just thinking the same thing too. What a ball. What a neat way to meet people from all over the world and share something in common, and it's really fun. I'm really enjoying myself. And I hope I'm putting out something that's a little interesting to watch. So I appreciate you watching. Let's all take care of each other. Bye.